Okay, I'm going to start on number 13. Write this equation, y minus 2 equals 1/2 x minus 10 in slope, intercept, and standard form. So you're starting from point slope form, and they want it in slope, intercept, and standard. So I'm just going to simplify first. So I distributed the 1/2 here to be 1/2 x minus 5. I'm going to add 2. So now I have it in slope intercept form. So y equals 1/2 x minus 3. Now we got a lot of work to do to put this in standard form. So first, I'm going to subtract that 1/2 x to bring it to the other side. Now I'm going to get rid of my fractions. And I guess you could do it in one fell swoop and do it by -2, but I'm going to just multiply by 2 here. So this is canceled. So I have -x plus 2y equals -6. Okay, so make sure to actually multiply anything that's not a fraction by the denominator. So now I'm going to get rid of that negative sign by dividing everything by -1. So I have x minus 2y equals +6. All right, one more like this. Write this equation, y minus 3 equals -3x minus 5 in slope, intercept, and standard. So I'm going to simplify. So I have y minus 3 equals -3x plus 15. So I'm going to add that 3 to both sides. So now I have y equals -3x plus 18. There's our slope intercept, 18, right? Okay, so now I'm going to take that and move it around the standard. So I'm going to add 3x to each side. This one's a little easier. 3x plus y equals 18. You don't have to do anything else. We're already there. Okay. The next section says to graph using the method of your choice. You can use whatever you want, but some equations lend themselves better to other ways of graphing. So let's look at y equals -3x plus 2. Here's my starting point. My slope is rise over run. So I'm going to go down 3 over 1. Opposite here, up 3, but left 1. Let's see how straight I can get this. You guys should be using a ruler, but if I use a ruler and lay it down on the glass, we got trouble. Okay, not bad. All right, so we can go at this one a couple ways. We could use, we can find the x and y intercepts, or we can rearrange it to slope intercept form. I don't know, I see everything is divisible by 6, so I'm just going to rearrange to slope intercept form. You can find the x and y intercept too, that's all right. So I have y equals 2x minus 6. I'm going to start at 6, up 2 over 1, rise over run. Here I'm going to go down 2, left 1, both negative. See how I do with my line. Whoa, okay. There we go. All right, this one's already in slope intercept form, so my y-intercept is -2, up 3 over 4. Opposite, both negative, down 3. Oops. There we go. Let's see what this looks like. I'm not doing bad with the lines today. This last one. So sometimes the point they give you may not be on the graph, but let's see. So we take the opposite of these. So my x will be -2, +3. That's definitely on the graph. So I go -2, +3. And then we know my slope is 3. 1, 2, 3 over 1. 1, 2, 3 over 1. couple choices there. All right. Well, I kind of missed the dot, but mine's not too crooked. Okay. So the next section is determine if the set of lines is parallel, perpendicular, or neither. So you got to have them in the same format to compare. So I have the slope 1/2 and then -2. So perpendicular lines are opposite reciprocals, which these are. So this is perpendicular. So let's move the top one into slope-intercept form so we can look at the slopes. So I'm going to subtract 2x. So now I have 3y equals -2x plus 5. And if I divide by 3, I have y equals -2/3 x plus 5/3. So I have -2/3 and 2, so no relationship. This is neither. Okay, let's go to the next page. So if we move the bottom one into slope-intercept form, I'm going to subtract 3x from both sides. I have 2y equals -3x plus 7. And if I divide everything by 2 and look at their slopes, no relationship, so neither again. Okay, be careful with number 4. If I divide, let's look at the top one first. I have 3/4 x equals y plus 1. So if I do this, I have y equals 3/4 x. Okay, so let me flip it around so it looks like what we know. So my slope is 3/4. Okay, so let's look at the bottom one. This would mean that in order to get this in slope-intercept, I have to divide everything by 3/4, which means multiply by 4/3. So I have y equals 4/3 x plus 4/3. So we're looking at this slope and we're looking at this slope, right? So they're reciprocals, but they're not opposite reciprocals. So this is also neither. Okay, this next part is writing an equation of a line that's already there in slope-intercept form. So where does it start? It starts at -2, so that's my B. So now we just need the slope. So rise is +1, run is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have y equals 1/5 x minus 2. So here my starting point is +5. Looking for a good point here. There. Let's go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have y equals -5/4 x plus 5. Let's see. I start at 4, so my b is +4. I go up 1 over 1, 2, 3, so my slope is 1/3. We write it in slope-intercept form. This last one, I'm going to count up 3 on the y-axis, so y is always equal to 3. Be careful with those. Don't be fooled by those. Okay, which of the following lines is perpendicular to y equals 1/3 x minus 2? So in order to be perpendicular, the slope would have to be the negative reciprocal, which would be negative 3. Okay, so A definitely has a slope of negative 3. Let's see what happens when we move this over. This one has a slope of positive 2 when you rearrange it. So this one doesn't work. This one is positive. It doesn't work. This is negative 4. It doesn't work. And let's take a peek at this one when we rearrange. I'm going to add 9x to each side. So I have negative 3y equals 9x plus 3. And when I divide by negative 3, I have y equals negative 3x plus 3. So this one also works. All right, which of the following lines are perpendicular to y equals 2x plus 1? We'd have to have the negative reciprocal, so we're looking for a slope of negative 1/2. So this one doesn't work. Let's rearrange this one. If I subtract 2x from both sides, I have negative y equals negative 2x minus 2. Divide by negative 1. So this one doesn't work. Here's your negative 2, or negative 1/2. This one has negative 4. If we rearrange the last one, we're going to subtract 8x. So I have negative 2y equals negative 8x plus 3. If I divide by negative 2, I have y equals 4x minus 3/2. So this is no. All right, moving on along. Number 3, which of the following lines is parallel to y equals negative 4x minus 2? So we're looking for a slope of negative 4. So it's not that, and this should be A. This choice should be A. The choices are funky. All right, so if we move this one around to be in slope-intercept form, I'm going to subtract 4x from both sides. I have negative y equals negative 4x minus 2. I'm going to divide by negative 1. And we're at positive 4. So it's not this one. This is already 4. We're looking for negative 4, so we can circle D. And if we move this one around, I subtract 8x from both sides. I have negative 2y equals negative 8x plus 3. And I divide by negative 2. I have y equals 4x plus negative 3/2. So it's not this one either. Okay, I'm going to show you a way to figure out number 4. Hopefully I'll have time, otherwise I might have to go to another video. So let's figure out the slope here first. If I subtract 6x from both sides, I have negative 3y equals negative 6x plus 9. And I'm going to divide by negative 3, so I have y equals 2x minus 3. So I'm looking for a slope of positive 2. I'm going to show you, yeah, you can guess and check here. And these options actually have the right answer. Your study guide does not. So I'm going to show you how to set this up. If I set up my slope formula and I set it equal to the slope, I can make a proportion. So I have 2 times 6, or 2 times 9 minus 3 equals negative 5 minus a. So I have 2 times 6 is 12 equals negative 5 minus a. I'm going to add 5. So I have 17 is equal to negative a. 17 is equal to negative a. Divide by negative 1. A is negative 17. Okay, there is one of those on your test. So ask me in office hours if you need to. And we're going to skip number 5 because that equation doesn't work. All right,